I got to take accountability for me and not for anybody else, because trust issues are only hurting yourself. If you want a deep, soulful relationship or relationships with friends, you first need to feel trust within yourself. Hello, my billion-dollar baby, and welcome back to today's episode. I'm going to be talking to you today about trust issues and how it really is actually only hurting yourself. Today, I also have on my new kitty, and so I thought he should join. Let's see if he stays here. I really have been seeing how trust issues can control your whole life. And lately what's helped me understand is when you're living from a place of having trust issues, you're hurting yourself because you are viewing the world through this lens that you can't trust people and situations and circumstances. So you're constantly on alert for more evidence to make your reality seem real to you. I knew I couldn't trust this person. I knew I couldn't trust this situation, but it's all stemming back from this core wound. And so you see a lot of people go into relationships and then constantly repeat the same patterns of distrust. And what's interesting is that when you don't trust, what you do is you try to control your partner. You're trying to control circumstances and situations that they do because you don't want to get hurt. You don't want to get betrayed. You're overanalyzing everything they do and trying to get them, if you just fixed you, and you just fix this, then I could feel better, then I could be at ease, then I could be soothed. You need to change you for me to be okay. But is that the way to live life? Are you really thinking that you can go around making everyone outside of you change for you just to not trigger you? Or is the real answer here, if you're constantly getting triggered and if you can mirror back into your previous relationships, that this is, a common thread I've had. This is a similar pattern. This isn't just with this relationship. I've actually seen a similar pattern where I have had these same feelings being triggered, and the common denominator is me. And so when you can kind of look at that from a real perspective, I'm the common pattern in these relationships. And maybe you're someone that has trust issues, or maybe your partner is the one that has trust issues. Maybe you've dealt with this type of person in your life, or maybe you don't trust yourself. And what I just recently learned that if you have trust issues, you don't trust yourself too, because that's the root issue. But if you are dealing with anything with trust, trusting yourself, trusting people, trusting situations, trusting life, trusting, your purpose, trusting your choices, trusting everything, then you're going to constantly seek outside of yourself for someone else to come save you, that everyone else needs to change, that my circumstances need to change, that I need other people outside of me to tell me, what should I do? What do you think about this? About this situation, what do you think? You're constantly seeking outside because you don't trust you don't trust life, you don't trust circumstances. You're so afraid of being hurt, and you're not living within you. You're not facing back inwards and saying, hey, what is it that you need to feel strong in this moment? Or what is coming up right now when I look at this thing? Oh, it's replaying this wound that I have. It's replaying this, I felt this before. This isn't my first time feeling this. It's replaying something. What is this feeling I feel? Oh, I feel not safe in my body. I feel like I could be abandoned. I feel like I could be betrayed. I feel not secure with myself. I feel helpless. I feel powerless. I feel unlovable. I feel unworthy. And you just keep digging. And you sit with yourself with that feeling. Because a lot of us want to feel a feeling and then, put it away. Let me watch TV. Let me scroll on Instagram. Let me blame the outer circumstances for my issue. But they don't want to just face what it is that's giving them that feeling in the first place. But the real answer about life is the feeling comes up. Okay, it's so uncomfortable. I hate this feeling. I've had it since I was a kid. This brings up I don't want to feel this. Okay. Doesn't matter. Feel it. That's all you need to do. What's funny is if you actually feel it, you won't have to keep feeling it. That's the crazy truth. So you come back and you say, okay, I'm going to sit with you. I'm going to be there for you because that's what that feeling wants you to do. wants you to face it, to feel it, to integrate it by walking through it and becoming closer with it. Okay, if I believe that I am creating my reality, if I believe in law of attraction, if I believe that I can think and do, if I believe that a part of me believes that I can be more, do more, have more, that the world is a reflection of me, and if I believe that I can manifest things as long as I align with them, then I must believe that my core wounds are attracting my reality. And if I want to live a life that I love, and if I want to be my dream version, I need to reflect back on what parts are unhealed within me so that I don't keep repeating the same patterns, so that I am not limiting myself, so that I can become my best version, so that I could attract my best life, so that I could attract my best career, so I could attract my best dream person, my best health, my best money, my best everything. Oh yeah, I'm just remembering this is all coming from me. And now you start to do that work. You start to unwind. You start to tap in. You're with yourself in that moment. You sit there and you say, okay, this trigger came up. What do we want to do? I would want to run from it. Nope, I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to sit with it right now. Similar to how you would do with meditation, you come back, you sit with it, you breathe into it, and you label it. What's this feeling? I don't trust them. Okay, go with that. You don't trust them. What else is it trying to tell me? I just feel fear. I just feel fear behind this. And you need to keep breathing, or you need to tap yourself. And this is EMDR. The EMDR is tapping. You can also breathe. You need to just constantly breathe or tap so you're in the present moment and you're allowing the feeling of what that pain is trying to tell you come through. And you have to kind of like allow it to come. And sometimes it might not come right away, so you have to keep breathing. What is it? What is it trying to tell me? I don't know. I just feel this fear. It just feels like fear. Okay, it feels like fear. So fear. I feel fear. What is that fear trying to tell me? That I'm hopeless, that I'm weak, or I could be abandoned. That abandonment's trying to tell me that I deep down I'm not good enough. Maybe I'm not good enough. And you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and you find the root. I don't feel like I'm good enough, or I feel like I'm really like this sad, weak person inside. I don't feel like I'm worthy of being fully loved. So I'm constantly looking for reasons and peoples and situations to prove that I'm not worthy of this loyalty and trust and love, because I don't feel it within me. What does this part of me need right now? What could be there for me to make me feel worthy of that type of love? You breathe into it. What makes me feel worthy of that type of love? Oh, it's me not constantly abandoning me, constantly looking outside of myself for other people to help me and overanalyze everything about the world, but it's actually just me being with me. It's me sitting with me. It's me listening to me. It would make me feel safer if I stood by me. What would make me feel worthy? What would make me feel like I could trust myself and my decisions, so I don't need to keep looking outside of myself? It'd come from me honoring the voice within me. It would come from me sitting and having these moments when triggers come up and being there for me. And maybe this pain came from a memory. And when you kind of keep going back and you keep going back into a deeper and deeper feeling, like you came from fear, then you came to abandoned, and you came to unworthiness of love, maybe a memory will come up. What memory? When was the first time I felt not worthy of love in this way? When was the first time I didn't trust myself? When was the first time I realized I couldn't trust others? Oh, you sit with it. Maybe a memory will come up and you're like, oh, it's because that person promised me they were going to do that for me. They betrayed me, and that hurt so bad when I was younger. I do remember that did hurt so bad. And you might think that because you remember that feeling, you already know it, you don't need to go back to it. I remember that was a painful experience, but I don't need to go back to it. Like, what's funny is in my EMDR and in my releasing, a lot of the core painful memories, the reason they're a core painful memory is because I strongly need to release it. But in my logical mind, I'm like, oh, I already know that one because I know it and I've seen it. I'm fine from it. But really, it's such an imprint because you need to release it. Or maybe a totally new memory will come up and you've suppressed it so much that you didn't even want to look at it. So you go back to that memory and you sit with it, and maybe you'll cry and you allow yourself to cry. Because all these memories were just, you were too young to see the full perspective, or you didn't fully understand the full perspective. Maybe you weren't in a place of your life to really understand the full picture. And now looking back, if you go back to these moments, what did I need in that moment? Because you took it as, I can't trust anyone. I need to protect myself. I need to be hyper vigilant on how someone can screw me over, how they could betray me, how they could break my trust, because I only can protect me from this pain that I feel and I never want to feel it again. But you're not realizing that you're feeling it all the time because you're carrying it. So you need to go back. You need to sit with it. What did you need in that moment? Because you chose to do that, but what would be the step in the right direction? I feel like that moment where someone broke my trust, I need to go sit with me and tell me that it's okay. I need to be the love for me in that moment, or I need to help myself see that this situation is maybe different from what I initially thought, because now you've gained more perspective and clarity on the situation. I just needed me to be there for me to not abandon me. I needed to trust myself that I learned this lesson and that I'm going to trust myself to guide me through life and make the right decisions for me. You need to do that inner work of what is this trying to show you? And the reason I can't fully get to it is because it's going to be different for everyone. Some people are going to be like, wow, I just needed me not to abandon me in that moment. Because then now I don't trust me. I was seeking their love. When I got my trust broken when I was younger, I abandoned myself and I needed them to make me feel good enough, and I constantly fought for them to not leave me or not betray me or not break my trust, or I decided to be an avoidant. I decided to close my heart. Like, everyone's going to react differently. Everyone's going to get a different message in that moment and try to protect themselves. And so you need to dig into what that is and then give yourself the love that you needed in that moment. You need to be your savior in that moment, because these stored traumas or these stored emotional wounds are just you processing something in a way that held you back in that moment, that stored into your body as a trigger. You weren't able to fully digest that from a more full perspective to understand that this doesn't make you unlovable, that this doesn't make you not good enough. It's like, logically as you get older, I know logically I'm good enough. I know logically there's trustworthy people in this world. I know logically that there's people that love me, that would show up for me, that would, can fully love me. I know logically that exists, but I'm going to keep attracting situations and circumstances to give me evidence from my distrust, because the universe is a funny place. It's like we all came here down to like this universe maybe it's called a university. It's a school. And we're all coming down to experience and learn. And what's so interesting is like, even these situations and circumstances may have happened to you to help you elevate and become a more evolved person than you were or would have been prior to having that betrayal or someone abandoning you or whatever that pain is within you. You experiencing it and you evolving through it is making you so much more of an elevated and more evolved person. Like, the way that you can look at the world and the way that you can feel others and the way that you can give back and the way that you can understand now is so much more deep, because you've been there too. And so you don't want to allow your triggers to control or limit you. You want to allow yourself to heal and be there and sit with it and love yourself through it, so that you can now look at the world as a much more evolved human being, because you're going to have so much depth, so much wisdom, so much impact, because now you've taken these wounds that have often held so many people back in their lives, and you've decided to step through it. Because that's the scariest thing, is stepping through it, is realizing, oh wait, I can't be the victim anymore. I can't blame my outside circumstances anymore for, it's just no one is trustworthy, or, oh, I'm going to make excuses for, no, I don't have that, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. It's like you realize that I got to take accountability for me, and not for anybody else, but for me, because trust issues are only hurting yourself. If you want a deep, soulful, connection, loyalty, ride or die, relationship, or relationships with friends or partners or family members, you first need to feel depths and trust within yourself. And once you get there, I promise you will create the most beautiful, deep, loving, soul bonding relationships that you have ever felt, not only with others, but with yourself. So I hope this helped you. I hope this inspired you. As you know, my $1 billion baby, I love coming on here every week. I heal myself through working with you, through sharing with you, and it means so much to me to read all your comments and see what parts resonated with you the most. And as always, I'm sharing my journey so that I can light something up within you, and I can't wait to see you become your greatest version and not have any of these limitations hold you back in your life. I'll see you next week.